have a bad moment, I'm always asking myself, okay, why do I feel like that? What do I have to learn from that? The only option left was Dubai. And I was like, okay, but you know, in France, what they say about Dubai, like what they used to say before, was not very nice.
Why did you choose Dubai? And how do you find this the ideal platform for people to unleash and find their source of inspiration and start their business?
I just wanted to discover the world, you know, like I was hungry. I wanted to see how it was out of France. I was just curious. So I had those cliches in mind and I was like, Dubai, I don't know. I was so surprised how easy it was to connect with people. When I came in UAE, I knew that it wasn't my country. I didn't know the law. I didn't know how it was working. So I paid.
And you know, this is something so important that most of us don't talk about, is to protect ourselves.
If you meet the wrong person, it's okay, it's fine, just move on, and it might bring you a better contact later.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Unleash. And today we have a very special guest, Elodie, and she's a business consultant and she has her own platform to facilitate entrepreneurs set up their business. And we're going to be talking about more in the realms of this industry. And Elodie, hello, and please welcome and introduce yourself.
Yes, hello Samira, thank you so much. So yes, I'm Elodie Lesme, so I'm a business consultant and I help project owner or business owner to set up their business. So setting up in Dubai, but also set up like all the plan, the commercial process and the business plan and everything. If you don't have any idea yet, I can help you also to get an amazing idea and launch your own business.
Amazing. So I want to know your side of the story because you're from France.
Yeah.
And you have traveled all across so many different countries. And why did you choose Dubai? And how do you find this the ideal platform for people to unleash and find their source of inspiration and start their business?
Yeah, so it's a pretty long story, but I will make it short. So I left France in 2018. I just wanted to discover the world, you know, like I was hungry. I wanted to see how it was out of France. I was just curious. So I went to different countries. And then when the COVID hit it, I went back to France to see my family. And I met my previous business partner. I had a company with them, and that's the reason why I came to Dubai. So I still had a visa in Sydney, in Australia at that time. And in my mind, I was coming to France just the time of the COVID to see my mom and then going back to Australia. That was the plan. But then my business partner, they told me, okay, Elodie, I know that you don't want to stay in France. So instead of going back to Australia, why we don't find another country where we can develop our business and open a new branch? And I was like, Australia is good. Why not there? So we started to have a look on which country were open at that time because it was still the COVID and it was complicated at that time. I wanted to go to the US. US was closed at that time. My business partner, one of my business partner, wanted to go to Singapore. It was closed at that time. The only option left was Dubai. And I was like, okay, but you know, in France, what they say about Dubai, like what they used to say before, was not very nice. Like they say, okay, you are a woman, you cannot go out, you cannot dress as you want. So I had those cliches in mind and I was like, Dubai, I don't know. So what we decided to do is that we rented an hotel for 1 month in Dubai in June 2021.
Okay.
To see how was Dubai. And when we arrived here, I was like, oh my God, this city is incredible. It's not what we say at all in France. And we started to connect with so many people. Everyone is entrepreneur here. Everyone is talking about business, growth. And I was like, oh, that is amazing, actually. So we loved it. And we decided to set up our company here and moved to Dubai. So in 1 month, we had the company set up, the bank account open, our visa. We went back to France for 2 months to just sell our stuff and prepare the moving, the shifting. And then in October 2021, we were back here in Dubai to develop the business and to live here, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
So amazing in 1 month. Let me recap this again. Not having Dubai as your actual, driven destination, and then moving here, and then within a month setting up a company, and I think that can only happen in Dubai. Yeah, and then finding this beautiful pool of people who are already in the business industry. So, how was the experience? How did you enjoy? Doing all these events and connecting with all these people and seeing that there is a demand for so many people coming from outside the UAE who would like to settle here.
So what I really loved in Dubai also is the fact that everything is easy. Yes. Like you want to connect with people, you can go on some website and apps, and then you have some events listed. You can go there. Then everyone is open-minded here because 90% of the population is coming from another country. Like everyone is here to help. And I found it amazing because the first event I have done, then I got some referrals and some people telling me like, oh, you should contact that person. And then you go to that person, you take a coffee, and then she's giving you another contact. And everything is so easy in Dubai. So you can meet so many people and get so many referrals. And I found it amazing because in France, it's pretty close. And people they stay with their group of friends usually. Like it's not that open. Maybe it changed now because I'm not going back to France that much, only once a year, but to see my family. So I cannot really compare, I think, now. But at that time, I was so surprised how easy it was to connect with people. But it was easy also because I speak English. Like 70% of the population in France, they don't speak English. So when they come here in Dubai, they are looking for French people and they are pretty lost and they find it complicated. But they find it complicated because of the language. So for me, the first thing is the language first. If you are going to an English-speaking country, you need to know how to speak English. And I'm not even trying to speak Arabic, but it's so complicated. I'm not speaking Arabic at all at the moment. But I think
you will be very soon.
It's completely different. But yeah, so I think first you need to be open to learn another language, to learn also another culture, because we, like you and I, we don't have the same culture, and it's the same for everyone because we are all coming from different countries. We have all different stories, so you need to be open-minded also. And so that's how it was for me. And also I think because I was traveling, I'm used to talk to people. I'm used to go to people and to introduce myself, and I think that helped me a lot because we came here with few business partners. So we were not only 2, we were 4 business partners, and we came with a part of the team also. And I was the only one speaking English like I speak English. And I was the only one going to people, talking, going to some events. They were all staying with other French people.
They were only in their own space and didn't want to experiment connecting with other people.
They were staying in their comfort zone because French was the comfort.
Yes.
So yeah, I see.
And it is very difficult to mingle with a new set of people and cultures, which brings me to my next question: that how important it is to find a trusted platform when you want to invest in a business and find that ideal source to help you facilitate all these technical, issues where you don't find someone like a proper guideline. Or I heard many stories where people suffer many financial losses, trusting the wrong people. So how important it is, and And this is where you come in, where I can trust you and place my finances, my entire idea, and you to navigate which is the best way for me.
Yeah. So first of all, I met so many people. They wanted the cheapest option, or they wanted to try themselves. I didn't do that. When I came in UAE, I knew that it wasn't my country. I didn't know the law. I didn't know how it was working. So I paid, and I didn't. I had a look on the price, of course, but I didn't choose the cheapest company to set up my business. I chose the one who would do everything for me. And I just had to go there for the fingerprint, to sign the paper at the bank. But because I knew that I didn't know, and I had my business to focus on, so I didn't want to learn what is the best bank, what is the best Emirates. I just wanted to tell my company, like explain what I'm doing to an expert, and then letting him giving me some advice and what is the best for me. So of course you always compare, because you need to compare some quotation, but I trusted the company I worked with, and they did basically everything for me. But they could, when I was talking to them, they could explain me the market in Dubai. They were living here for a few years, so they knew how it was working. So that's the first thing. Talk to someone that know already the market. We have so many people, they come here to Dubai. They are here in Dubai for 5 months, 2 months, 3 months, and they want to help you to settle here. But they didn't live the experience yet, you know, they just did it for themselves, but they don't really know the market. So first of all, someone who knows the market is super, super important.
And also, like, you know, when you come here to invest, you are not coming here for a short time. Coming to invest, having your own company, and all of this set up, right, is a long-term commitment.
Completely.
And you don't want to be stuck in a situation where you later regret, because these are major decisions of anyone's life, and making sure to launch it in the right way is so vital, you know.
Exactly. And a company is like a baby, basically.
Yes.
That was my baby, and now I have another company on the side myself. I'm not with my business, my previous business partner anymore. But yes, it's like your baby. When you set up a company, when you launch a company, you put everything in it. And it's super important also, and that was one of my mistakes I did, to trust yourself also. You are the only one who knows what's the best for you. You just need some time to reflect, to, I don't know, walk if you need to walk, breathe, meditate, whatever you want to do, but you need to trust yourself. And you need also to not be afraid of failing, because failure is going with success. There is no success without failure. There is no happiness without deception, and sadness also. So like, it's like yin and yang together. So you need to try. You need to trust yourself. And if you meet the wrong person, it's okay, it's fine, just move on, and it might bring you a better contact later. So at the beginning, you cannot really know who will be a right person or a wrong person for you. You just need to trust your gut, and also to put your limit, to protect yourself, okay? You need to know what you are willing to accept and what you are willing to do before going into any partnership or anything like that. Because it's when you forget yourself, it's when it's only good for one person, and it's not a win-win part. It's just one winning and the other not gaining anything, or even losing in the worst case scenario. So you need to know what is winning for you, what is not winning for you, so that you can say, okay, I agree with that, I disagree with that. So if we want to collaborate together, these are my conditions. And that's super important. And I didn't do that when I came here. I was a little naive, like, you know, trying so many experiences. I traveled in Australia, in New Zealand, I lived there. And I was kind of a little naive before. And I didn't do that because I was thinking like, oh, no one is bad at that point, you know, like, but here, when you are in the world where everyone is doing business, everyone is here for money also,
yes.
You need to protect yourself. you can meet so amazing people and so good people. Like I met some people here, they basically changed something in my life, and I'm so grateful for that. But I have also met people not good at all. So you just need to protect yourself, to know what is okay for you and what is not okay for you. What would be a win-win situation for you, and what would be a losing situation.
And you know, this is something so important that most of us don't talk about, is to protect ourselves and to make sure that you have all the conditions and you read through the entire process, and you sit with you know, your you know, the main point of contact like Elodie herself, and you put your terms, and you should be open to openly discuss about all these clauses, which do not become a source of you know, like a problem. And a lot of people can alert themselves and stop themselves from going into making the wrong decision, and never to make such important lifelong long-term decisions in haste, in you know, or going to the wrong person would be a complete different story. Elodie, I really loved the point where you said it's so important for everyone to keep that threshold or acceptance that everything is not going to turn out perfect, and it's important to
Completely.
always have an open mind, and to have, because you're also very much into the notion of believing in yourself and picking yourself up and making sure that nothing stops you from achieving your goals and dreams.
Yeah.
So how did you embark so much on this belief and this power of positivity?
So I have done business consulting I started in 2020, so almost 5 years now. And I have helped men and women in different industries, in different areas, and at different stages also of their life. And so first of all, when you work with people like that, you need to work on yourself, because I believe that if you are not healed yourself, if you are not feeling good, how can you help the other? So the first things to do is first to be good with yourself and believe in yourself and these kind of things. And also, what I have seen in the different business consulting that I have done, women, they need more psychological support, and men more practical solutions or tips. They will be like, oh, this is my business, I'm the best, I know.
Logical,
how can I, yeah.
yes.
Exactly. So with men, I was like, okay, let's focus on the number. You need to find a good number that is convincing your client that your solution is really answering to a need. And with women, it was more like, okay, how can you bring value to people? Because I feel like women, we really care about how to bring value to people, how to help people. We need to have something meaningful for us. And I found it more important. So with women, it was more mindset, psychological support, and also helping them how to find ideas, because most of them, they're coming and they say, oh, but I'm not sure I'm good at it. I'm not sure I can really help people. What I can do, what am I good at? So the first part with women is more like, okay, you know some stuff already, like in your story, in your background, of course you did so many things in your life, and we just need to point what she did before, what she's good at, and then we say like, okay, look at that. When you was 2019, you didn't know that. Today you know that. So if you know that, maybe some people, they don't know. So maybe you can help those people and teach them what you know now. Exactly. And they're like, oh my God, yes, I can do that. Yeah. And then we do the practical stuff with the business plan and also the commercial process, how to find their first client for free, because most of the time when they start a business, they don't have the funds and the money. So I teach them how to find your first client for free. And then as soon as you have 1 or 2 or 3 clients, you just reinvest the money in the business and then grow and duplicate it and do whatever you want to do. So yes, with women it's more like that, and with men it's more practical. Like, okay, I have this idea. They are very confident most of the time.
Of course.
They have the pitch, so they know how to sell, how to talk about their idea, but we just need more numbers for them. some concrete number that says, okay, what you are saying is true because of that and that and that, and now you can talk about your business in this way, doing this kind of thing. So it's more about structure with men, and add some concrete numbers and data to the pitch.
Absolutely. It's, I think, a complete new dynamics for dealing with men and dealing with women. And you need to have the best vision, understanding of both the worlds. And I think this is what you do so well, because you have been in this whole dynamics of managing and organizing and being in charge. And this is where you know best in how to deal with tailor-made projects, clients with their own individual unique needs. It's not like a one application going for all. It has to be tailor-made. And this is something that we do not find. Usually we find us or the company trying to reinforce what they think on every client in the same manner, which should be absolutely opposite. It has to be so cater to that unique person's needs.
Completely. We all have our own values, and what matters for me might not matter for you at all. So the most important is to be aligned with your values and beliefs. What you think is good, of course, you will sell it. You will talk about it in a better way than something that you do not trust or that is not really important for you. So yeah, finding something aligned with your values and your beliefs is also super important. And to answer your question, like your previous question also, how did I get into this positive mindset, gratitude, and this kind of things? There is two different things. First of all the people that I met. Here in Dubai, we are very lucky to meet people in business, making money, succeeding. So I was organizing business event for 2.5 years in Dubai to meet people, and it was basically one of our source of lead also to do those events. And when I was talking to the attendees at the event, I heard so many stories, from very good stories to
not so good.
Yeah, not so good. Exactly. So I could learn also from them, and I could learn that having a positive mindset helps a lot.
Yes.
Gratitude helps a lot. Trusting yourself helps a lot also from those stories. And also from my story, I believe that everything that happened in life to you is here to teach you something.
Beautiful.
And because I went to so many drama, but also good things, amazing things, as when I have a bad moment, I'm always asking myself, okay, why do I feel like that? What do I have to learn from that? Because I know that if I'm doing my victim, if I'm blaming people, I will not learn anything from that, and I will keep bringing the same situation and patterns all the time. You know, you can meet some people all their life, they have so many bad things happening to them.
Yes.
And you just ask yourself, like, why? So some people, they will say, oh, poor guy, he has so many bad situations. But usually when you talk with those person, you realize that every time something happened to them, they will be blaming the other. They will be like, oh, that was not my fault. That was because of that and that and that. So what I did is that when I had something bad happening to me, I just didn't blame anyone. I was like, okay, Elodie, what is my responsibility in this story? Okay, this guy is a manipulator. This happened to me and it's so bad. But now, what is the thing that I can change myself to not attract another situation like that to me? And with life experience, I've learned to just take my own responsibility and also always try to see the good things in people, in experience, and learn.
Absolutely.
Learn
I think
from
what
life.
you have said is so profound, and it makes so much sense and has so much meaning that when you do face with a situation where you can feel setback or you have a negative notion, you can always look at the bright side, and instead of blaming others, you can take the situation in your own hands and ensure that You make lemonade out of lemons. You know, how can you proceed further? And when you take the ownership, is when you feel more in control, and when you come out of it, I think the strength and the confidence and the experience that you gain
Change.
is much more than the experience you gain from being successful.
Completely.
It's like having an achievement to be there, done that, and move beyond and move further.
Completely. When I see the person I was like 5 years before and the person I am now, I'm like, okay, I'm much more confident. I don't doubt anymore, like some time and some moments, but most of the time I'm feeling so confident and happy with what I am doing. Before it was not the case, but also I changed my way to see things. And how did I do that? I took some help, of course, because it's super complicated to do it yourself. So I paid some psychologists, some therapists. I tried so many different kind of therapies also to learn from different countries. I had some mentor in Australia, in the US, some healer from India, like so many people.
Wow.
And I took the best from them that was working for me, of course. And what was working for me might not work for you, and vice versa. But I asked for some help also, even in business. When I decided to leave the previous company and my business partner, I was asking myself, like, do I do the right choice? And what happened to me? How did I end it in a situation like that? It was a conflict. And I was like, okay, how do I not reproduce the same mistakes? So I asked for some help. I didn't stay alone. And I think that is the most important. If you have any project, any question, just don't try to find how to do it, but try to find who did it and ask that person how she or he did it, what would be the best advice he could give you to do that. And I think it's very, very important to ask for support and ask for help. You cannot do everything yourself. That is not possible.
I feel so inspired just having this conversation. And I think that this makes the best advice that we must be and go out there and seek for that extra facilitation that can help us, move forward. Elodie, what is the best way to connect with you and the audience who want to, and especially people who want to set up their businesses, and how can they connect with you?
Yeah, so they can connect in different ways. I have Instagram. I'm pretty active on Instagram. So it's Elodie Lesme. I think you can put it in the bio.
Yes, we have it in the captions.
Yeah, exactly. And also my website, Beyond Business Global, which is my company. So there is a part which is Dubai Connect, and it's the community that I have created in Dubai to connect people, the one who has the need and the one who has the solution. And also there is the Entrepreneur Bootcamp part, which is the consulting. And also if you have any question about how to set up a business in Dubai, I'm doing it now for my clients so that they have no worries about that.
So she's going
like
to
I
be
did.
the Panadol for your headache, and she's
Exactly.
going to ensure everything is taken care of. And I'm so grateful to Elodie. Thank you so much for coming to this episode and podcast, and we wish to have another episode with you soon. Please get in touch. I will have all her information down in the captions. And it was a beautiful session with such amazing insights, and I hope to see you for the next episode. Thank you so much, and thank you.
Thank you, Samira.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.